Animators are very lucky to be alive in this day and age where digital animation tools are available for affordable prices or even for free. This gives an opportunity to those who wish to try their hand at animating without having to commit much money or even time. With the rise of easy-to-use and simple software, these software that allow for quick and casual animation can be a great way for hobbyists to test the waters, but also practice on the go, especially when they come in the form of apps on your phone or tablet. With the rise of these types of mobile and on-the-go software, one can't help but wonder which is the best. Two of these types of software are, you guessed it, Flipaclip and Rough Animator. In today's video, we will explore these two software and compare between them in hopes of giving you an idea and helping you decide which one can potentially be best for you.
If you want to create amazing selfies with various effects and presets, Cartoonizer from Socialbook might be the solution for you. Socialbook is an influencer marketing platform, and on their website they have a list of free tools such as background remover, a thumbnail template, and even an NFT maker. But what I like a lot is the Cartoonizer tool. This powerful tool allows you to create awesome cartoon effects for free in no time. You can create unique profile pictures using the power of AI. We have all seen the photo to cartoon ads before, but most of them don't work at all. And to be honest, this is the first one I personally used and found myself impressed with and the results it delivers. Some of these styles you can choose from are realistic, beautify, 3D, etc. But you can also find styles from famous TV shows such as Arcane, The Simpsons, Rick and Morty, and even anime. If you like anime, there is a lot of famous anime styles such as Attack on Titan, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Sword Art Online, and even Studio Ghibli style, just to name a few. You even have a full-body Cartoonizer section, so if you are interested in Cartoonizer, you will find the necessary links in the description.
Let's start by taking a look at these two software in a general light and getting to know them on a basic level. Flipaclip. Flipaclip. What a funny name. Anyways, developed by Visual Blasters, Flipaclip is an application used for producing 2D digital animations on iOS and Android devices, from an Android phone to an iPad. As such, the app is very simplistic and with which you can animate using your finger. Flipaclip doesn't offer much in terms of drawing or digital painting, as it is made for animation first and foremost. The software has purchasable premium features, however it is available for free on the App Store and the Play Store. Rough Animator. Rough Animator is a mobile animation software made by Jacob Kafka. I wonder if he's related to Franz Kafka. Wouldn't that be so cool? Anyways, Rough Animator is available on iOS, iPadOS, Android, macOS, and Windows for $4.99 US, with the initial release of the software being in 2014 and the latest update being in January of 2022. With that great price, the software is a one-time purchase. However, getting the software on different platforms would require you to repurchase it. Flipaclip is characterized by a simplistic interface. This is due to the software being made with a limited screen, such as that of a phone, in mind. The tools are put together in a compact fashion with a simple design to give a non-daunting look. The software is in all sleek white with black simplistic design for the icons, which are big and clear, and a straightforward presentation of the options. With this design, the software comes across as incredibly user-friendly and easy to use. Following Flipaclip's example, figuratively speaking of course, Rough Animator has a very minimalistic and simple design. Considering it is a mobile app, we see why this is a trend in these apps, as limited screen size calls for a simple design. That said, Rough Animator has more of a cramped look in comparison to Flipaclip, which might be due to the fact that the software has more options and tools, which we will explore in a second. The software's icons are quite large but bulky looking, which gives a simplistic and fun look to the software. Due to the design choice, the software doesn't look to be daunting the way a more professional software would. Flipaclip's tools include drawing brushes such as pen, pencil, brush, and highlighter that are modifiable in color and size. The software has, of course, an eraser tool with opacity and hardness options. The lasso tool is another tool with which you select and transform vertically and horizontally, for instance. The bucket tool is also present. And finally, you have a text tool. The timeline is at the bottom, and new frames can be added using the plus button. The software also has onion skinning. On the upper right side, there are undo and redo options using the curved arrows. There is also a ruler that can be used for basic shapes. Copying and pasting is also an option in the app. You can play back your animations using the triangle button on the right. The software also has layers. This option includes adding layers and using simple layer options such as locking, deleting, adding, modifying opacity, and so on and so forth. The music note icon is where you can add the audio for your animation. Finally, in the middle, of course, you have your canvas. Rough Animator is immediately different from Flipaclip in how the app's tools are organized. On top, you have your timeline, and in which the layers and layer options are integrated. It is a lot reminiscent of a professional software in its bulkiness and layout, especially in contrast to the extremely simplistic and minimalistic Flipaclip. On the left side, you have most, if not all that is, of your tools. There is a brush tool, obviously with that big brush icon, which is quite the trend in Rough Animator, an eraser, a selection or lasso tool, and finally a bucket tool. These tools are simplistic, so don't expect much detail about them, the way you'd see in something like Photoshop or Krita. For instance, the brush customization option includes a couple of brush types, size options, opacity, spacing, and smoothing options only. Redo and undo are in those little curved arrows beneath the drawing and transformation tools. Adding layers and launching playback is all in those little arrows just under the aforementioned undo and redo buttons. There are more options to Rough Animator, which seem to be a lot more richer than those of Flipaclip. According to what we saw and talked about earlier, due to the extreme simplicity of Flipaclip, it naturally has a less of a learning curve in comparison to Rough Animator. Although the two are simple in their own right, Rough Animator being the software with more options and features, it naturally might take a bit of time to understand and use effectively. But this can also depend on where you are coming from. If this is entirely new to you, meaning digital 2D animation, you might find both of them somewhat hard and daunting to start with. At any rate, and especially with software this simplistic in comparison to something like Toon Boom Harmony, there is nothing one YouTube video or two will not solve. Now that we had an overview and a general look over the two software, let's try to compare their strengths and weaknesses head to head. Flipaclip is a free animation software with purchasable features so that if you like what you see, you can spend money on it. But Rough Animator is $4.99 US, and you would have to purchase it to have a go at it. However, Rough Animator seems to be able to compete with other hand animation software that are professional. Granted, it doesn't animate for you the way Toon Boom Harmony does, but it sure offers you a hand-drawing animation experience similar to other costly software. Rough Animator is simple and straight to the point, but Flipaclip is even simpler. These factors can be a pro and a con. Maybe you're looking for the simplicity Flipaclip offers, or maybe you want more edge and detail to what you can have on the go. Speaking of on the go, both software are mobile, and you can have them on a variety of devices you can take with you virtually anywhere. Okay, time for us to tell you which little guy wins. It's all about what you want out of the software, really. Let's assume for you a bit, shall we? Say you're a hobbyist. and want to try your hand at animating very simply, Flipaclip can be your guy. Maybe you're a hand-drawn animation veteran and want something that reminds you of the good stuff you have at home while you're on the go and still want to sketch out that concept you've been cooking up in your brain. Rough Animator can be just the one for you. It all depends on where you are and what you want and need from these software. To be clear, Rough Animator is the superior guy, and that can be proven by the richness, simplicity, yet extreme effectiveness of its tools. A veteran animator or someone really well versed in the domain can really enjoy this app, especially if they're on the go. But if you're just an average Joe and want something super simple to animate with that is not headache-inducing or something you don't want to pay anything for, Flipaclip is your guy. It's all about perspective and what you need and want. With that being said, we hope our video helps you decide which of these two software is the right fit for you, or at least gives you enough of an idea to quench your curiosity. We sure hope to see you in our next video. See you then!